I'm be honest with you, even with me going back and rewatching a lot of LeBron was like way more like as a raw athlete than I like realized.
Yes.
Nowhere near the same jump shot that I thought he had, and especially before he went to Miami. Even when he went to Miami, low key that 2013 run. This is the perfect definition of like winning bias. If they lost 2013.
That was another bad final.
That was a terrible finals for him because he couldn't make a shot. Anything outside, yeah, he couldn't. But you remember otherwise.
Game 7, he could make
Game
a shot.
7 saves everything. Up until Game 7, he's shooting like 42% from the field, like 31% from the behind the arc.
Yep.
He's not making any free throws.
Yep.
He is genuinely struggling to be productive in that series.
That's
and
fair.
even in the entire postseason run, he's also struggling. Even if you go through his peak from 2011 to 2015 to 2016, most of that postseason runs, he is struggling immensely to find his shot all throughout it while being on some of the most talented rosters in the NBA. And the biggest reason why they lost in 2011 is because of him. I know y'all didn't think I was going to get to that, but I'm here now.
Oh, we have to talk about that.
So
Absolutely.
in 2011, the reason why they lost is because of his inadequacies and his inabilities.
Right.
There's no rhyme or reason why somebody like J.J. Barea and Jason Kidd should be able to defend him.
I agree.
And I've rewatched that very recently, and genuinely, Jason Kidd is standing in front of LeBron James. That doesn't make any sense, but it's because he can't attack a zone. He can't shoot. He wasn't a good three-point shooter. Even he got to the free throw
Didn't even play out
line.
the post.
Couldn't even play out the post to take advantage of Jason Kidd. Though from a pure basketball standpoint, because you're right, we can remove the accolades.
we can talk about basketball.
If we talking about
That's what I
strictly
wanna talk about.
basketball, I don't think Jordan has such a deficiency to that extent that could like cost his team series and runs or anything like that the way that LeBron did in that run. And quite honestly, in a few other series, if the opposing team was just slightly better, if the Eastern Conference was slightly better, then it would have been different because it was very easy to pick apart LeBron's weaknesses, even at his best, even at his absolute best.
Yeah, but I will also push back and say over time though, I think he worked on those deficiencies. Now is he great 3-point shooter now? No, he's a better 3-point shooter than Jordan though.
Free throw shooter.
I said
No, but
3-point
I'm
shooter.
asking you.
No, he's not a better free throw shooter.
No. Has he
Who's
worked
the-
on
who's the-
free
who's
throw
the best
shooting?
shooter?
I don't think he's he's not a better shooter than Jordan.
Has he worked on his free throw shooting?
I mean, he probably has, but he's not a good free throw shooter.
Okay.
Not a good free throw shooter.
Okay,
I won't argue that.
in his post game, his mid range shot. Hey, do you think he's really been sufficient enough in that?
I think over time it's gotten quality.
Define quality.
I mean, quality just means it works. Like I think
He's
I
had
think he's
two
improved his. I think he proved his game over time. Where you say he was a raw athlete, which I agree. I think when LeBron first came into the league, he was just more physically more gifted than everybody else. I won't even deny that. It's almost like Zion-esque. But I do think over time, because of 2011 and things of that nature, I think LeBron knew that I have to expand my game. There's things I have to be able to do in order to win. Like I think when they played Boston in that Game 6 at Boston, I think that was one of the moments where LeBron, you could see the work that he's put in to get to that point. He was his mid-range, his post moves. You could tell that most players, when they have a meltdown like that, they don't always bounce back. Right. That could have been LeBron's absolute fall out the sky.
It could have been.
And he came back. And I think in some ways, being able to come back from adversity also makes you great.
You know, in the next series, he shot 18% from 3, right?
But that's my point. Like I think
I didn't say it was a good 3-point shooter.
No, I'm just saying it's inconsistency.
But
Like,
it's
he can get hot, but
that's the point.
That's the issue.
Well,
That's the point.
I'm glad you brought up inconsistencies because you brought up a really good point about what LeBron James did. You brought up a really good point about what LeBron James did in the NBA Finals and how in Game 7 and how his game declined. Well, I can rewind the clock back to before Jordan became Air Jordan, when he had hair and they called him Air Jordan. When he was averaging 35 a game against the Detroit Pistons, and that 35 in Game 4, 5, and 6 when they were up in the series against the Detroit Pistons went down from 35 a game to 22 a game. He wasn't blamed for that series, however. Even though if LeBron James had done something like that, LeBron James, they would have said that he choked. And then I can fast forward to the 1992, 1993 Michael Jordan, who I thought that was the best version of him. So we got the Eastern Conference Championship going on, Mars. And when I say we got the Eastern Conference Championship, the Knicks are picked to win this. And Jordan starts the series. He is egregious. He is not giving them anything. It takes a gallant effort from Scottie Pippen in Game 3 for 29 points. Otherwise, they go down 3-0 in that series, and that series is looking really different. And
Not the
then,
game Jordan had a triple-double?
that was the game. I believe he had a triple-double in that game.
This is the game
But-
where Chill claims he did nothing but had a triple-double, but then will claim that LeBron
In that game
things.
7 against Detroit when he had like
yes.
14.
Exactly.
rebounds and
That's what
8
this game is.
This is that
I
game.
done peeked onto your style,
Yeah,
man.
this
I done
is
studied
that,
your style.
this is that game, absolutely. And but who do we know Jordan to be? We know Jordan to be an all-around great player. We do know him to be that, but he's also playing with another all-around great player who compounded what he did in terms of his scoring, in terms of his rebounding, in terms of his playmaking. He compounded that. So what Jordan didn't do, he actually did. James, on the other hand, he didn't have that opportunity early.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. Yeah, the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.